I just want you to realize how much creative power you really do have, how big of a hand you have in the creation of your reality and your circumstances. Got 9 of Wands and 6 of Pentacles on the split. I hear that you're fighting yourself right now, and you might be having trouble like persisting in the feeling of having all it is that you want. It might feel like you're kind of bouncing between what they say is like timelines, you know, the old timeline and the new timeline. And I want to talk about the ego as I pull the King of Swords, big ego card. I think the ego is not bad. It's something that you work on. It's where the polarity exists. It's where the contrast exists. It's where everything that you identify with exists. And it's not like you can just not identify with anything. That maybe one time, you know, maybe 1 or 2 times, but you certainly just can't like exist there because, like, I don't know, we all have to eat and shit and sleep, you know, and cry and desire. You know, you're not going to get rid of your desire. And it's something that you, as I pull the 4 of Swords, it's something that you work toward. You work really hard on yourself. And you get to choose your identity, which is really cool. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Let me pull one more. King of Swords, 4 of Swords, and 5 of Pentacles. I feel like you're having some nightmares about like past traumas, and your worries are coming out at night. And I just want to say that's normal. That's normal because during the day, as you are a day walker, you know, you've got a lot of other things to distract yourself with, and it's kind of a lot easier to get on the, you know, the energy train. Obviously, the sun's out, you drink your coffee or tea or whatever, you get your exercise in, and you get a momentum. You get, you know, forward momentum. Make a to-do list or plan the day, whatever. And then at nighttime, it's a different story. It's like everything wants to come up at night, and it could come up right when you're going to sleep. You might be having trouble sleeping. Chariots coming out. You might be having trouble sleeping. You might be waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Nightmares. You might be having some weird dreams. I'm hearing that maybe you're having some lucid dreams too, though. I'm hearing that the dreams aren't, maybe you have you're someone who like forgot their dreams or thought that they didn't dream, and now that you're clearing a lot of past trauma, you're equalizing, you're integrating your the shadow self, and which includes a lot of the egoic desire. You are now getting your dream back on the ability, sorry, my throat, the ability to remember your dreams is coming back to you. And they're intense. I'm getting they're really intense. Like, you know, maybe you're like meeting God in your dreams, like that intense, like not bad, not good, just like, whoa, bro, it's a lot of work, okay? And it's a lot of forward momentum. You're gonna be okay though. And just think, like, you have so much, I started this reading with, you have so much Wheel of Fortune coming out. You have so much creative potential. Things are really moving for you here. And it's really easy to get into that worry state. It's really easy, and it's okay though. It doesn't mean you're not going to get what you want. You have, if you're watching this video right now, then most likely you have a smartphone, which is like a black magic mirror. You can do so much these days, and don't even cringe when you think about content creation or online learning, or, you know, something, whatever, selling your art, or maybe you're a musician. I'm a musician. I hear getting paid to be yourself. Okay, so there's several things that you can do, and you can split your time among the various apps and ways to get your stuff out there. I'm hearing you can make a lot of money. You can start a lot of businesses, and you don't want to be too hard on yourself right now. This is seed planting time, but I'm also hearing that, maybe you're starting to see some sprouts. Let me sit with this Seven of Swords that came out. I like this card. So you were taken advantage of. You had a series of circumstances, or an entire, childhood and adolescence that left you a victim, and maybe even like, a curse, a generational curse breaker, family scapegoat type of thing you were taken from. And so now when you give to yourself, it feels like kind of taboo, like you are getting away with something, but it's just your birthright, right? It's just what you have always had coming. I'm hearing that either you have one big dream that's like now plan A, instead of having plan A and then a plan B and a plan C, just in case it doesn't work out. Now you're putting all your eggs, 10 of Pentacles, in the big dream basket, and you're not letting yourself stray from that. You're not, even when doubt comes up, you're like, oh, that's okay. That's a reverberation from olden times, and it's not really who I am, because now I'm making it different. Now I am that new person. I am that whatever. Or you're either diving headfirst and persisting in having your huge dream that you've maybe had since childhood, or you have a lot, you're not spreading yourself too thin, but you have a lot of different baskets. Like I said before, maybe you're going to start, maybe you have 10 business ideas, right? And you have all this energy, this creative energy. This is a Lover's card. You are in balance with yourself, even though it feels kind of like, whoa, off kilter sometimes, like, whoa, what the fuck was that? Like, oh, and then you're, with the nightmares coming up, you might be purging, like crying a lot, or I'm hearing wailing, like making noises, big cries. Yeah. But it's none of that's bad. So I don't think that the ego is bad, because we get into talks about how you should, think of or try to manifest from your higher self, or I don't know, you can't get away from your ego. You just can't. Even if you become a monk, there's still even if you transcend, the normal way of experiencing this 3D world, you still have somewhere in the back of your mind, I am a monk. I am someone that transcended. You can't avoid it, right? So yeah, you're just giving yourself what you want right now. I'm hearing though that you're listening to me right now. I'm hearing maybe you should take a break a little bit from getting all these messages from whatever, TikTok or YouTube or whatever you're on right now. Maybe take a break and listen inward and get really close to that, the core of your desire. That's where your creative base is. And there's all these outside elements that you can take in and build with, but there is this, sort of like a singular drive inside of you that is kind of maybe it's maybe right now I'm hearing it's like a little kid crying. Maybe you just haven't gotten super close to this part of yourself that has been in, the engine the whole time. Maybe not the driver, but it's been the engine the whole time. Yeah. As I pull the Sun, naked baby. It's okay for things to be all flippy floppy right now, and have at the same time an overlay of persistence and general positivity toward it all, toward your desires, toward the things you don't have, towards the things that you don't think you're worthy of. I might have to go into a part 2.